What is up, App Nation? Welcome to another YouTube live stream. And today I've got a phenomenal thing that we're going to be doing because we're going to be obviously auditing your apps. But I want to share a case study with you guys with my guest right here. Am I pointing the right way? No, this way, Rudy, he submitted his app for an audit, and I picked it up, and I was like, you know what, Rudy? Let's do something more intimate. Let's really work together and let's see what we can grow to get, how we can grow it. And if you're open to it, let's share the feedback on a future live stream. And so we did it. It's been about a month or so we've been working together. He was super fast. So thank you, Rudy, for implementing all those changes. And we're going to walk you through all the different changes that we made. Where now, Rudy, I was really telling my family about you. And I was like, we did some amazing stuff. Like, I'm really proud of the things that we've done together, and we're going to share all the changes we made with you guys, including the impact on downloads, where we're seeing tremendous growth on the revenue and download side. And so, Rudy, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you very much, Steve. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so we do have your website in the link below if you guys want to check out Rudy's website. But Rudy, man, what was your experience like? How are you feeling about everything?
I must say I'm following your podcast for a while now, and I did some changes by myself to ASO, and I was pretty excited when you contacted me and said you want to do full ASO and full optimization of the revenue streams and downloads and so on. I would never really dreamed of it. It would never occur to me. I would think that maybe if with some luck I would my application would appear on one of those live streams of yours, but never this close cooperation. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, thank you for allowing me to share everything. So let's say hi to a few people. Mangle Singh, welcome, my friend. Whoa, this is a brand new thing that they're doing. All right, True Dreams, welcome. I like this new little output that StreamYard's doing. How's it going, True Dreams? Always good to see you. Thanks for waiting. You got a fan, Rudy? Look at Daniel's here. Is that a friend of yours?
Yeah, it's an ex-colleague from work. So. Hi, Daniel.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Daniel. And then Patrick, longtime listener, first-time caller. Patrick, welcome, my friend. And so if you guys want to, look, we have a long list, and, it is, we have a long list. That's all I can say. So bear with me. But if you do want your app audited by me and a special guest, go fill out that form at masters.com/audit, and then we'll get to it. It is a fun thing that I love doing, and we're seeing good results from there. So definitely go fill that out if you guys are interested. Mark is here. Mark, we've got your app on the docket as well in homage. Welcome. First time watching live here. Well, welcome, my friend. We're going to make it a great show for you guys. So here's what's on deck. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I will share this particular thing. I have to go back and forth on this. So let me do this first. So you're going to do that. But here's what we're going to do. We've got these apps that we're going to audit. So we got Speed Alert. I let everybody know. So I let you guys know when an app is going to be audited. Speed Alert. We've got Mnemonic Dictionary. We've got Weather Action. And then we've got Just Calendar, who Greg is a part of as well. And so I'm going to go back and forth on this, but there. It's very hard when I only have one monitor, Rudy. But okay, Rudy, so let's get into some of the changes that we made right here. I want to, let me try to do this so that you guys don't see this crazy stream. Okay, here we go. So let's go into this, and I'm going to have you kind of walk us through some of the things that, hey, Rudy, can you see my full screen right now? Okay.
Again, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to need your help in kind of going through everything, but I prepared this doc. So Geometry Solver is the app. Go check it out if you're in school or if you just need help with geometry. Rudy built a great app. And here's what happened, right? And I want to talk about the revenue side of things. And Rudy's been open enough and said, Steve, share whatever you want. So Rudy, we did it. I was analyzing the numbers. He was doing about $1 a day before we started working together. And then now we're up to $17 a day. We're even further now, Rudy. But after just some of the changes we made on the product side, we were able to see like an instant increase in revenues. And so let's walk through viewers on what we did together. All right. So number one, you made this screen. So first, the app, allowed you to just download it and went straight into the app itself, but you added this screen. Can you talk a little bit about this screen?
Sure, yes. One of the first questions you asked me is, what is my target audience? And I said, I don't know, because I made this application mostly for myself and my friends and colleagues who had kids in a school and wanted to check their homework or whatever. So I really made it for everybody, which is about the worst target group you can have. So this was made based on your suggestion that first thing I should do is to ask for feedback, like what did bring the user to my application. So I have a subscription to this website. I don't know if we can name it, but placeit.net, where you can basically do the mock-ups of your products. So I've downloaded 3 of the images and put it there. Since then, I had some feedbacks. People were emailing me that I am a working professional, like somebody from construction work or something like that, and they even use that application for fast approximation. I don't know if they want to dig a hole in the ground, so I was really surprised. So I probably should expand this first screen. What I was expected that I would get most downloads from students, which is true. And then some from parents. It looks like the teachers doesn't really need help with geometry, or those that teach geometry probably know about it more than I do, and those who don't have any point. But as I said, even some construction workers did contact me, so I was surprised.
Part of the reason I think, feel free to jump in anytime here, Rudy, but part of the reason I wanted to add this screen was for us, because you said you're not monetizing that well. And I was like, well, let's understand who our user is, because if it's a student, then maybe we can figure out the pricing model. If it's somebody else, well, they maybe have money, right? It's just for us to get a sense of who the audience is and then figure out our monetization along the way too. And so just understanding who our target user, and this will inform a lot of the marketing decisions we make later on too. So what are you finding right now since adding this? Who are most of your users?
Just as I said, most of them are really students or parents, basically. Maybe they couldn't find their category yet. I mean, those construction workers. So maybe if when I do other or whatever, maybe I'd be surprised and they will spring higher. For now, it's still students.
Because even the professionals, construction workers or whatever other professionals would be willing to pay. And so you're just trying to figure out, hey, is this a student who doesn't have money versus is this a professional or somebody who can pay for it? And so that was the understanding too. All right, number 2. Yep. And so this was a big thing that I saw within your app too. I knew you kind of told me like there within the app, I couldn't easily tell what was paid and what was free. And so we had this as the prior. Let me get a little pointer going. But we had this as the prior before, and then we went to after. And what you did was you just added these little things. And I think what you also did, Rudy, was you added this banner, right?
There's actually more to it because further it was, or before it was all free basically. All the shapes were unlocked. I only displayed the banner in the shape detail.
Right, we'll get to that.
So when you actually
right here.
Yeah, here. And that was it basically. That was the application I had, and the banner removal of those advertiser ads cost only $1 basically. So I have to say I am an Android developer.
Don't worry. Okay. We're just teasing the audience. I've got a screen for that. I'm building it up. I'm slowly building up on the big change.
They should have sent me that presentation.
Sorry. I finished it last night. How about that?
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so basically everything was unlocked, and the only thing was the banner app. Basically, yeah. You suggested to lock some of the content, which was which was something I wouldn't do by myself without your help or your persuasion. So yeah, and also add this banner to basically to the shapes list.
Right, because it was remove banner, unlock everything. And you kind of gave it all away, but the banner, I was like, it wasn't intrusive enough. So like, I was like,
Yeah.
hey, let's make it a little bit more intrusive, because it's not really, even now, like it's not that intrusive. So, okay. Number 3, here's what we also did. So I need your help on this screen because I was a little bit confused, but this was the only spot the banner was shown before. And we obviously still did this, but walk me through this screen too, the changes here.
Yeah, this banner basically you could just swipe away if you would move the list, like when you want to check the formulas below, it would simply disappear. So as you said, it wasn't obtrusive enough, or users basically had no reason to remove that banner because it was so insignificant. I've decided to lock about half of the shapes that are available in the application behind it's called paywall. And user, when he clicks on the locked shape, he would get this message that basically informs him that this shape is locked, and he can unlock it. Basically, I only disabled the calculations. User could still scroll below and check the formulas and do the calculation themselves. So it's not like the application suddenly became unusable.
Yeah.
Just half of the shapes would be basically just a reference to the formulas.
Right. I love it because, like I think the big thing was you're giving away a lot for free. And obviously you're a developer. You want to make money. That's how you improve the product. And so you made most of it free, but then some of it was paid. And we can clearly see which ones are paid. And it kind of tells the user like, hey, this is a premium product. There are some paid features. So it puts that into the mind. And then also here, it's like, even if you go to a locked product, you're still able to use some of it, but not everything that you might want to. So you're like, all right, it's not too aggressive. It's not too in your face either. Cool. Yep. Anything you want to add before we go to the big one, Rudy?
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to add that I personally really don't like when I download the application and everything is locked. And even if you do get a free trial for 7 days or whatever, I personally am a really forgetful person. So I hate when they say you have 7 days for free and then you have to pay for a year or so.
Good thing you were early on this live stream. So thank you for remembering that. All right. Well, let's go to the big one, guys. Here you go. Are you ready for this? This is the one that made the biggest difference in my eye in terms of driving more revenues for Rudy. And here it is, more buying options. And what we've seen time and time again, and I'll let Rudy walk through this too, but this was his only conversion. Look, you go into the tab right here at the bottom, and you can hit purchase, and he was just charging $199 to buy it now with the ads. And then you can do some of the calculation because it was remove ads. And I was like, break them up, full version, give them that allows you to like unlock shapes and ads. Essentially, if the prices are very similar, and this full version allows you to pretty much get what you would have got with the unlock shapes and the remove ads, like it's a no-brainer. So really use psychology. Human psychology says we're irrational. We're going to look for value. If the app shows value, which Rudy has greatly done already, then how do we make the buying decision easier so that the user can see value quickly? And that's what we've done here. We provided more value. We said, hey, you want to remove just the ads? It's this price. But for just slightly more, you can unlock all the shapes and also get the remove ads. And that's the psychology there. So Rudy, did I miss anything that you want to add here?
I just read it in some book, so I thought, let's implement this and see what happens. I'm surprised that not everybody buys the full version. I had instances where people basically went and clicked on first thing they could find, and then they write me emails, please also unlock adverts for me, because I accidentally clicked on first option. So I would say it must have been a hell of an accident, because there's like 3 clicks or whatever needed
Right.
to finish the purchase. But maybe I would try to do this more.
I think instead of, I mean, the change I would make here, instead of saying full version, just say unlock shapes plus remove ads, so that they can clearly see that this is the big value. So it's like plus this plus that is this. Right now, full version, I didn't really get it. Obviously, the sign says no ads, but I think if you just called out remove full version, put like pro, something similar, and then just put unlock shapes plus like all shapes plus remove no ads, boom, done. And then the prices similar, right? These prices are the same. So it's an easy win-win for most people.
Yeah, well, I will probably do that.
Cool. All right, guys. So that's
I still have a lot to learn. So
well, let's get into some of the comments and take a quick break right here. I will. Oh, okay. This is good. Let's see. Doom. Okay. Great. All right. Let's get into some of the comments. See what people have in store. Because I couldn't see everything in where. Can you share the game? Of course. The link of your game. All right. What's up? So what's up, Joe? Good seeing you. I don't know if these are other friends, Rudy. Rudy, great app. First time watching.
I brought some audience here, I must say.
Hey, Steve, what's up? Looking for your suggestion on my app. Sharif, it's a long list, so stay in there, brother. Showing. All right, we got some questions, so I'll get to that. But let's do that. Let's do this. True Dream says, so maybe it's a question for both of us. Rudy, I released my game in 2019. It was getting 0 downloads, but in 2020, this month, suddenly got 300 downloads all organically. Day one retention is 10%. Do you think I should market it? And people are saying, Justin said, day one, 10% day one retention is bad. That is pretty bad. True Dreams. So really focus more on the retention side of things and try to get it up. I think also with retention, Rudy, we didn't even talk about that, but like sometimes I feel like the first 7 days are very critical, and especially day 2, day 1, and day 0. And so if you're providing people with options, especially on day 1, on how to be a little bit more aggressive, and this is what we saw with Rudy's app, we're showing more options for handling the conversion rate. That's what I would also focus on. So focus on your retention, but also focus on, can you get on day 0, can you get more people to buy? Because I'm going to assume, Rudy, it'd be harder for us to pull up, but people are probably buying on day 0 too.
I'd say yes. This was one of your suggestions, actually, that to show this premium page straight off the bat as you start the application for the first time. So yeah, I think that helped a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, cool. Okay, there's a lot of comments on people going back and forth. All right. Jeremiah, what's up? How's it going, brother? Okay. Looks like people are talking about the stuff. Okay, cool. They're talking about the games. All right. Jeremiah says, any suggestion on ASO tools? Jeremiah, there's lots of stuff. Like if you just search on my YouTube channel, you'll find all my suggestions. AppRadar is a sponsor of mine. I found that they're the most affordable solution, and their data is just as good as some of the more expensive options. And so full disclosure, they have sponsored my podcast and past events we've done, but I am a paying customer as well. And so I wouldn't just be saying that as well.
They don't sponsor me, but I'm also a paying customer.
Cool. Thanks.
Great.
Hey, Rudy, so we got a question here. Do you have any tracking in the geometry to track which shape is the most popular?
Yes, I do. I haven't really checked it. A lot of people click on circles. It's in the top 3, I would say, and then the triangle. I've implemented the tracking along with this user base determination. So I'm using the Firebase for that. I have the statistics, so when I'm going to do some major change, I will definitely take it into account. Maybe even change which shapes are locked from the beginning, which are not. So yeah, data.
What are you using, Rudy?
Sorry?
What are you using for the tracking?
Firebase.
Firebase.
From Google.
Okay. It's just like an event that you set up within Firebase?
Exactly. When the user clicks on the screen, basically on shape, I will send a one-time event during the life cycle of the application. Yeah. Obviously, if you close the application and start it again, then I will get another event. So
cool. Okay. All right. Chintan. All right, great. Let's get into the rest of how we focus on the ASO side of things as well, and some of the campaigns we ran that really drove a lot of growth. And I have some spreadsheets that I can share with you guys as well. So let me mess this around, share screen. I'm gonna share my entire application with you guys. All right, let's get into this real quick. All right, Rudy, so this is the fun part, in my opinion. All right, from the ASO, so like I said, I did a free keyword optimization for Rudy, really looking at the keywords and analyzing it. Here's what happened. When we did the keyword update right here, so Rudy did the conversion rate optimization right here on this date. I think it was July 20th, and then the 21st or so, we did a keyword optimization, just kind of tracking through all the different variables. We didn't see too much of an uplift on just the keyword optimization alone, because as you can see, we went up for a day and then it started it started climbing up for geometry, which is, the big keyword that we're going after. And then geometry, calculator, and solver were the other two big keywords that we're going after. And so we didn't see a huge uplift. And then when I looked at the data, there wasn't a huge uplift in downloads. It was pretty much flat and even went down a little bit for that. I did start focusing on other keywords that were outside of the geometry space, because obviously if we're gonna go, I was like, Rudy, if we just go geometry, what if we go targeting other calculator type of keywords? So that's what I did, but we don't know exactly, but we saw after this that it didn't do too well. And I'll share with you what we did right here to really drive more of the keyword increase for geometry. All right, so here's one of my favorite campaigns to run. And this is, if anybody's considering running any type of small UA campaign, this is my favorite, because you don't have to spend any money on marketing. If you're Rudy, and you just know how to code and you can develop these tools, great, right? More power to you, because you can run this, what I used to call, if you've been following my channel for a long time, the pay to free campaign. I've been rebranding it to a free promotional, because I got the same stupid questions all the time. But I was like, my app is free. I'm like, okay, let's not call it pay to free anymore. So free promotional. Essentially, you give away something when you're in your app that's usually paid. You make it for free, you get press for it, and it drives thousands of downloads. And we'll share some of the numbers that we did with Rudy's campaign. And that's what I told Rudy. I said, hey, let's do this campaign. So what we did here was we made the remove ads. If you have ads within your game or app, you have to make the remove ads for free. Because Tyler, who covers this campaign at App Advice, this is the website, just go check him out, appadvice.com. But he won't cover apps that have ads. So you have to make the remove ads for free, okay? So we just told Tyler the day before, this geometry solver app is going free, the remove ads is going free, and he covered it. And we drove over 8,000 downloads within a matter of days. So here's what the results were for Rudy. Thank you, Rudy, for sharing these things. And here's what we did, we went for super high. And the cool thing was, so the ASO update was okay. Didn't do that great. Honestly, I was like, crap. But the downloads went super high, right? And here's where the downloads are still high. And that's why I love this campaign, right? Sometimes it goes back to the norm. Sometimes you get a nice little bump for a very long time. And it's been a week long since we've done the campaign, and we're still seeing really good downloads. And I'll share those numbers as well. And here's what happened to the sales. So here's when Rudy made that change, boom, instant increase in sales, right? Here, it's about $1 a day. And then now it's starting to grow. Then we ran this campaign. This is why I love this campaign. You just got over 8,000 downloads, and now you're getting hundreds of dollars in sales as well, just because people are like, oh, I'm going to come in for the remove ads, then they see the remove ad, like, what? I can get the full version for just a little bit more? Fine, I'll buy the full version. And they're really good users. Everybody thinks they're like bots or something. They're good organic users. And so that's what happened to the app. Like, that's why I love it. And that's why we broke it down the way we did with Rudy, by having these type of options, because they come in for the remove ads, but then they buy more. It's just like the couponing principle. That's why people get you into the store. Once you get into the store, you come in for free fries or something, you end up buying so much more. Same principle applies here with this free promotional ad. So here's what happened to the revenues. Went from $1 a day to 17 after the free promotional campaign, where Rudy's now doing $28 per day. Just these small changes. The downloads, 60 downloads Rudy was doing without me. And then with me, my keyword optimization went down to 53. So I'm going to share with you some of the ugly that happened with it too. So I apologize, Rudy. But ever since then, we ran after the post free promotional campaign. Rudy's now doing 230 downloads per day. These are all daily download numbers. The thing is, the keywords are great, but the download velocity also plays into the algorithm, as you guys can see here, right? Because as you can see with this keyword ranking, here's where we're starting to see a higher lift with geometry. Now, Rudy, the thing that I would recommend is maybe even running some search ads, right? Now you make $28 a day. Maybe you can spend 10 on search ads to reinvest in this, because I don't know how long this is going to last, these downloads. And so maybe reinvesting in some of this, like going after geometry, might be something you might want to consider. If not, let it flow, because you have nothing else to go under anyways. So the side product that happened too, and Rudy, jump in anytime, man. I feel like I'm talking a lot. But the side thing that happened too that I was looking at, I was like, why are we still getting downloads, right? But you could do this within App Store Connect, but you're getting a lot of downloads through Google now after we ran this campaign. And so you can see these impressions were very small. And I don't know, and I was trying to do some search within App Store Connect. We couldn't tell like if there were certain keywords that people were searching on. Are you showing up in the Google results? And that's why things are happening. But people are searching for something on google.com, and now you're driving more downloads on Google ever since we've been running this campaign, and you're getting a lot of downloads through Google now. So that's the key that's a side benefit that happened that we weren't even planning on, but this is something that's happening within your app as well. All right, that's it, man. That's all I had to share with this one before we get into some of the app audits. Anything you want to share, Rudy?
Yeah, my computer had a mental breakdown, so I dropped off.
Perfect timing then.
Yeah, I would say that maybe it was updated to the latest OS. Great timing. I thought Max Boost don't do that, but I've catched all of the statistics, and I must say I was surprised. Mostly, I was surprised on the fact that when I changed the premium model, like raised the prices and introduced, or I would say from the user perspective, blocked half of the application behind the paywall, it actually drew insane amount of people to buy it. So that's a good thing, I would say. They loved the application enough that they chose to upgrade to the premium. Obviously, Tyler's Apps Gone Free campaign did also miracles. And as you said, I really think about investing some of that revenue back to the Apple ads probably, or even that trick you suggested, that have the version of an application really paid, and then I don't know, $4 or whatever, so without any in-app purchases, straight away just premium application, and then invest $2 or $3 to the Apple search. So basically free money. So this is something I'm thinking about. Obviously, when you don't have when you have $1 per day revenue, then there is really no willingness to pay that dollar for a free download, basically. But as you said, this 17 even or $28 per day, it would be stupid at least not to try it.
Yeah. And like this is what I say, like we had one client too that we were working with closely, they pretty much, I think they pretty much doubled their revenue, monthly revenue, because I just was analyzing something we did for them yesterday too. And it's that, like, if you have, I would say anywhere from 30, at least 30 downloads a day, almost probably maybe even 20, but at least 30 downloads organically per day, you have enough to start fixing the product, right? I think people want to grow too fast, too soon. And instead of optimizing the conversions, they focus on, I just want more downloads, which is like saying, I want more downloads, and you have a leaky bucket. We've done downloads. You can run this campaign all the time and see no lick of conversions. But if you are optimizing this just like that, Rudy, like we went from $1 a day to 17, man. That's a huge jump. We didn't do anything on the download front, right? Like that's all we did. You were still getting consistently the same downloads, but now you're just making more money. And these small little fixes just help out. And then you can run these type of growth hacks that I've shared, this free promotional campaign that Mark did as well. And he said, look, I did this campaign with App Advice. It's been a big heap or help for me. So thanks, Steve, for the tip. Like these type of campaigns work. And as an indie, now you're like, wow, I'm getting money now, right? Like, can I reinvest? And it does something in psychology. I don't know if you feel this way, Rudy, because I felt it for you if you didn't. But it's like, it does something in psychology, like, okay, this is actually working. Like this app is actually making money. People are finding value out of this. Can I do more? What else can I do? And that's what my client has done, is like, we did some optimization tricks and we increased conversions by 70%. And now he was reinvesting in search ads. And now his downloads are going up. His revenues are going up because now, there's a momentum. Like, the things are rolling.
Yes, exactly. As I said, I wasn't really keen to invest into marketing before, because if the application makes $1 a day, then what's the point? But yeah, I will definitely try.
Well, Joe,
I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
I know about the guy that was investing like 1,000 quids per month, and he made still about 600 from them. So basically, free money. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Rudy, for sharing all of this. If you guys have any questions, you want to see more in-depth stuff, let us know in the comments and we'll share it, because Rudy's so open with everything. Joe asked, question for everybody. I'm considering switching to RevenueCat to handle in-app subscriptions. For anybody who uses it, what are your thoughts? Joe, I haven't personally used it, but I've heard really good feedback from people who do use it. And so you're able to see LTV, you're able to see churn. These are numbers that are very, very hard to pull within App Store Connect, and probably even harder on Google. I haven't really played too much attention on the subscription side on the Google front, but really a lot harder. But from RevenueCat, from the people I have heard, like some of my clients or just people in my network who have used RevenueCat, really good results from there too. All right. And then Mark said, should I run a search ads campaign after running this campaign? Yes, Mark. I think that was my suggestion to Rudy. It's like, maybe try to reinvest some of that money into search ads, especially if you're seeing certain keywords get a boost in ranking after running this campaign. Because I do know that this campaign is great, or the algorithm, the keyword ranking algorithm, it takes volume velocity into play, but I don't know how many days does Apple go back into figuring out that. And so hopefully, Rudy, like, you still get the 200 downloads. I'm eager to see what continually happens in a week or two, but maybe run some search ads to maintain that growth too, and just focus on the keywords that you saw an increase in. All right, cool. And Rudy, is your app only for iOS?
It started as an Android application, but it looks a lot different on Android, because I basically abandoned Android after seeing this. I'm an Android developer from 2009. I had my successes. I had some app sales that helped me pay out the flat I live in. or should I say 2? But it was back in the days. Right now, there is so many indie developers and even professional companies that do the development, and especially on Android, to have a good ASO, it's really magic of its own. You really have to be like ASO ninja to get to the top. Whereas in iOS, from my perspective, it's simple as taking candy from kids. I don't know, what should I say. I mean, you have specifically said this is the keywords. Put in your keywords, and we will rank for them.
Yeah.
What could be easier? I mean,
And you
so
probably make more money on iOS anyways. I mean, I have known friends and clients who have hundreds of like millions of downloads on Google, and then they're like, their iOS, they have maybe just a small amount, thousands, but the revenues are starting to catch up to the Google. And so from a revenue perspective, iOS is way more profitable, I guess.
Yeah, me personally, I am also an Android user. My primary device is Android, so I should know best. The Android users are cheap, so
I should just kick you out. I'm going solo here.
No. What I'm saying, you misread me. What I'm saying is, go develop for iOS.
Yeah, all right, good. Chintan, I'm a really big, I think you meant to say fan, but really big fan of you. So you're really big fun, and you like making fun of me. Great.
Could be either, yeah.
All right, and then Magal says, hi, app growth depends on backlink for increasing the app rank. We have tested that stuff. There's a lot of things that we're testing on the Google Play front, from backlinks to search, like keyword boost campaigns where you essentially pay people to search for a keyword and download your app. We're testing a lot of different stuff. So Chintan says, okay, good. He doesn't like making fun of me. He's a fan. All right, good. Good to know. All right. Cool. Thanks, guys. All right, let's get into the app, Rudy. This is the fun part. Let's try to help people in the audience get that growth that you got. You ready for it?
I'll do my best. Yeah.
All right. Steven says, oops, sorry, add to stream. Here it is. Steven's app is right here. Speed alerts. So I'm coming in fresh eyes. All right, guys. The speed limits and speed cameras. So judging from this, it looks like it's trying to help me not speed, or essentially get away with speeding. What do you think, Rudy, so far?
Yeah, I've spent a good chunk of time analyzing those applications before the stream. So this application is supposed to warn you before you are closing to the speeding cameras. And yeah, as you said, avoid speeding tickets.
Okay. See, I don't do any research because I want to come with it fresh eyes. But Steven asked, finding a workable, what would you like to focus on? What would you like us to focus on? Finding a workable marketing ROI. Thus far, what I spent on advertising marketing that cost me more than the profit from the sales. So the big problem, we kind of talked about this with Rudy's app too, Steven, is that maybe you got to fix the product first before you think about the marketing. So I don't know how many downloads you're getting per day, but like we said, if you're getting at least 20 to 30 downloads a day, that's enough to fix the product. And from what I can see is the screenshots need work. Right now, you're just literally showing screens of the app. But tell me why I would want this app. What's the big benefit? If the big benefit is speed without getting caught, well, that should be the big keyword that you should put on here, right? Like speed without getting caught, or know where all the speed alerts are. Essentially, think about through that. And then what I've shared in the past too is look at the reviews. If you don't have many reviews, then look at your competitors' reviews and see what words people are using within the reviews and regurgitate that back into your screenshots and any marketing materials, even in your pricing page. So it doesn't matter if you drive an old car, new, this app is awesome and accurate. Be safe, drive within the limits of the road and your ability, and now safely under the speed limits. Okay, so maybe drive. So understand your core user. Are these people who like to speed and try to get away with it? Are these people who want to drive the speed limit and make sure that they're always on the speed limit, and use that in your marketing materials? Okay. Anything else you want to share here, Rudy?
Sorry, guys. My family is screaming next door, so I was kind of hushing them down. Uh, yes, as you said, um, myself as a developer, I don't have very good design skills, so this is something I would probably design myself. But I'm sorry, it looks really bad, or I know it's supposed to look simple, but even simple applications can have cleaner UI and UX, or maybe use some gradient or whatever. Also, what I'm missing is light mode, because if I imagine this application should be on my dashboard while I'm driving,
Yeah.
and if it's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit or whatever, or 35 Celsius outside, and the sun is shining, I don't really see my dark screen. Also, as you said, those screenshots really are missing the advertising part of them, because they are just clear screenshots without any description. And if I'm browsing such screenshots without knowing what the application is about, I would say this is something about numbers, or I can add number or subtract a number. And regarding the question about the return of investments, I would say probably take a look at the I mean, you are trying to charge $4.99 for a year's subscription. It's less than 42 cents a month. So basically, if this application, if I know I am a speeding devil, and I will save hundreds or thousands of dollars on the tickets with this application, I am probably willing spend more than 42 cents a month.
Yeah.
And this should probably give you a bigger padding in your marketing strategies. Like even if user or you pay, I don't know, $5 per paying customer, and the subscription costs 20 per year, you would be in the plus, right? Personally, I think this is insanely low.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this, Rudy. I don't know if this is, so I open the app and this is the first screen I see. It says this app shows advertisements from AdMob they use in store device. Do we need to show this now because of the IDFA rules?
I think beginning in iOS 14, it's mandatory.
Okay, so I'll hit accept, and then so there's too much text, right? Like it's way too much text for me. What is the key thing that you want me to get across? So an app for all you drivers and motorcycle riders to help you manage your speed with real-time speed limit and speed camera audio alerts. Set your own over speed limit, set your own way too much. Like, is there drip it? Because it's, especially as a first screen, I'm here for the big win, right? Like what are we here for? Like for me, I'm like, here, we're going to help you increase your downloads and your revenue. Done. You don't need to tell me how you're going to do everything. I'm excited right now. I'm excited. I want to learn more. Let me swipe through. Again, too much text.
It will get worse.
It will get worse. Permissions. Love it. I don't like this reading. I don't know. It doesn't feel, when it goes down, it doesn't feel, what's the word I'm looking for? Sleek.
I have the older iPhone 6s. I think it doesn't do these things on my phone.
I don't know why it does this, why I can go down. I prefer just to do the swipe. Okay. Permissions.
You can even mark there that those permissions are mentioned, but basically you can swipe through them. And first time I started this application, same as you, I'll get 4 or 5 alerts.
Look at all these alerts. Tons of alerts right off the bat. Like, tell me a reason. You use all those screens to pop it up. Again, too many words because I had no idea. I didn't even read them. So granted, Steven, like if you asked me to put those notifications and all those permissions on those screens, I didn't read them. One. So here, like when you're popping up, I'm then left with like, why do I want this? And I don't even know what to do here. Like, Am I supposed to just, then you show me an ad?
Yeah,
Like
it's
I don't know. It's just
another.
really, I don't want to pay you now because I have no idea what. So before you even think about marketing in terms of, and when people think about marketing, they always think growth and downloads and the top of the funnel and traffic. No, before you even think about the top of the funnel, you got to fix these issues because there's a lot of things that you can do. Like nobody wants to see an ad if I'm going to hit settings, man. Like it's a really bad, like I wouldn't show an ad there.
It's really
So,
bad user experience.
yeah,
I would definitely uninstall that application straight away.
right.
I mean, settings is not something that should be hidden behind ad. You basically show ad after you praise the user for doing something good, or I don't know, finishing a level, or avoiding a speeding ticket. Even though that would be crazy during driving to show an ad, but
Yeah, I just think, yeah, if I'm driving and you show me an ad, especially if I'm driving, I hit this. Oh man, can you imagine? Oh geez, Louise. So, and then this, yeah, again, like this is fine. This page, there's a lot of things you can do better with this. It looks like with advertisement, it's a little bit confusing on what the heck I'm signing up for. It looks like no ads. It's $5 a year, which is super cheap. And then
I've
with
actually
advertising, it's
I've actually
$3.
read it. Sorry, sorry, Steve, to interrupt. You are basically paying for the subscription to a Here service, which is owned by Nokia, and they actually providing the list of the speeding cameras. Yeah, but me personally, I would never pay for a subscription that includes ads.
Yeah, me too. So I think what you can do is monthly versus yearly. Just do that instead. Both gets no ads, and then talk about like what is the benefit? I don't know what I'm signing up for, what I'm upgrading for. You need to tell me why I need to upgrade. Back to Rudy's app, he said, look, unlock all shapes. And he showed you in the very beginning which shapes were locked and which shapes weren't. So unlock all shapes, remove ads, or get both for this price. So I know what I'm signing up for. Here, I have no idea what I'm signing up for. So put that on your page. Get X, Y, and Z for paying this price. Don't know what I'm getting for paying you any money, which makes me believe I don't want to pay you any money, right? And so, hate to be so harsh, Stephen, but yeah, that's the extent of the app audit.
Also,
Okay.
sorry, if you have a minute, just
Sure. A minute, because we've got 3 other apps, and we can hopefully get through all of them if we can.
okay. Steven, for listing, you could use something more exciting like police chasing cars or whatever, not just screenshots from the application, because basically you are repeating just same screenshot over and over.
Yeah, right here. Agreed. This is the same thing.
So use something exciting, police chasing, speeding
Nobody
cars.
needs to see this. It's like, know when you're going over the speed limit, right? Like, and then show this screen. But like, what is this screen right here? The second screen tell me. So don't worry about the download side. Fix this first. And then if you want to, I know there's a question in the comments. If you want to test what these new screens are doing, and let's say you have no downloads, well, spend some money on search ads. They're specific to the keyword that you're going after that has pretty good traffic, like over the speed limit or something around very specific to what you do, then see if that converts. It's a great way to test some of the new stuff that you're trying. Okay, I'm going to probably skip over this Google. Look, guys, I'm going to invest in an Android phone. So I'm going to skip over this Android. I will do it next week. Let's go into this weather app right here. Oops. All right. Do you see this weather app or no? Let me show this weather app here. Okay, we've got weather action. And let me just make sure. Cool. Let me look at what the question was. So Shafir, I apologize. We'll do Android next week, and I'll have an Android phone by then as well.
Sorry, Steve again. I have a feedback on this mnemonic vocabulary, so I can send it to you, and you can.
Rudy, I'm gonna hate to interrupt you, but let's save it. Let's see if we can get through Josh and Mark's, and then we'll get to Shafir's next week. Josh says, "Is there too much empty space on the home screen? How could I advertise the pro version more within the app without being spammy?" Okay, the header color changes. If weather looks for just type in your scene. Okay, cool. Thanks, Josh. All right, look, let's take a look at his app. So again, weather, action, real-time forecast, and radar. Decent reviews. You're doing good there. Again, Josh, like I would say is it just, I don't know what the benefits are. Like, why are you different from all the other weather apps out there? Are you just telling me the weather? I know on the East Coast, maybe it's like rain, you know, storms. You guys have way more like crazy weather. So like maybe talk about that a little bit more versus just showing me the screenshots again. So the same problem that we saw with the other app as well, the speed monitor one. Okay. You want to add anything, Rudy, here?
Yeah, I started the application without the permission.
Okay.
Location permission, and
let me
it's
go into the app itself. If you're going to go into the app, let me show the app.
It's just spinning the progress bar. So I would personally not be that restrictive that you have to have location permission. I would personally allow user to enter his location manually without locking him from the application. Yeah, that's what you get.
So allow. Again, these push notifications, I hate this, guys. Like, stop asking me for a push notification without any reason why. Want to know when a storm is coming up? Allow push notification. Do the double opt-in, right? I think I have this video. I said, if you want to enable push notifications, do a double opt-in. Ask them before why they should allow, because on Android, I think it's automatically enabled. So correct me if I'm wrong, Rudy. It's automatically enabled, but on iOS, yes, I always say no. And push notifications are a great overlooked channel to get people back into the app, but you have to get them to enable first. It's like getting the email address if you're in the online marketing world. Email addresses are key, but you got to give them a reason to give you their email address. So go sign up for App Masters as well. But yeah, I would say no here. Okay, cool. Sorry. So what did you want the permissions? The allow version?
It was the location. If you disable location permission, the application won't even start. So you're left with the white screen without any explanation what went wrong. So I would put there a text stating that location is not allowed, or allow user to just manually search for his location. Yeah. Here I don't understand what I get when I buy the premium. What are these 2 times forecast hours, 1.5 times forecast days?
Yeah, I don't know that either. I think it would, instead of having an icon here, like talk about the benefit. We don't need to see your icon. Be like, you know, be in the know or get the most latest updates ever. Yeah. Thank you for supporting an indie developer. Enjoy. Interesting there. Yeah, I think there's a lot you can do here. Let me go to one of his questions too. What did he say? Is there too much empty space on the home screen? No, there's not. But I think what I've also shared this too is we're going through extreme smoke. It's crazy here. Is you can use so Josh, to your point, this home screen, you can use some of this to get people to upgrade. I think people hide their little pro version too much. And Rudy, you have it as a tab, so that's amazing. That's great. But people hide it, right? Like I have to go here. So if I wanted to spend more money, I'd have to click this when you can easily just use this. You guys can't see where I'm pointing, but so let me see if I can do this. But it's this top version where it says Pleasanton, you can show like upgrade to pro and get blah, 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 right? Like give them a reason why they need to upgrade and show that up top, because make it a little bit intrusive. And it's not intrusive, but it's like, hey, I'm here. If you wanted to pay, if you wanted a more like premium experience, you can pay me, right? So I would do that. Let's just go through some of the daily. Okay. Radar.
Yeah. I've also noticed that there is no trial period, which basically force you to straight away buy something.
Look, I want to. It said I'm trying to upgrade to pro, and then you show me an ad. Come on, Josh. It's these small little things, Rudy. Like, and I'm so glad we did your thing first before all this, because now it adds credence to what we're about to say. Is these small little tricks, these small little tweaks, I wouldn't say tricks, tweaks can make a huge difference on your revenue. The fact that you showed me an ad while I was hitting the settings does not make me want to upgrade. Like Rudy doesn't do this. He has banner ads. That's all he does. It makes it intrusive. You can have this pro version at the very top and tell them why. All these little tweaks you can change and get more people to subscribe. Because frankly here, add a trial, man. People need a trial. People want to experience the free thing. Trials do increase conversions. We know that to be true. So add a trial to this as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of cheap. I would say like play around with the pricing. I don't know. I prefer like $9.99 and $19.99, but play around with the pricing as well.
Also, living in Europe, there is no way how to change the metric system. So you are basically stuck with the Fahrenheit. So I'm not sure what is the localization or our intention for the global market, but you have to think that somebody uses also degrees of Celsius. Right?
Yeah. Cool. And then Mark says, I think you can use the Android emulator. I have to look that up. If you guys know of one, please email me, steve@masters.co, and I'll put an Android emulator on my computer, and then we can share that. Yeah, I want to get into the apps Android to share that with you guys too. Okay, we got. So Pava says, is using subscription to monetize your game getting more popular? Short answer, yes. I think subscriptions are the way to go, and so if you can do that within your games, you're seeing a lot more popular games do that. Okay. And then Patrick says, Steve, you have to install Android Studio with that. You can use emulators. Oh, it seems like so much work.
It is.
But I will do it. Okay, let's try to see one more because he's here.
You could also buy a cheap Android phone and mirror it like you are doing with the iOS.
That's what I was going to do. All right, let's get into the last one. We've got this Chrome. All right, Just Calendar by Mark. All right, Mark says ASO and increase the app ranking. Okay, well, we can get into some of the ASO stuff. All right, Just Calendar. So I love the design. Love that it's Christmas. That's great. Just Calendar plus complications. I don't know what complications means. A simple calendar watch app. Okay.
I thought this is something US specific because I was reading it like, what? Complications? What does it mean in this context?
I have the advantage of being like, what the hell does complications mean? You're like, maybe it's US based. I'm like, what the hell does it mean?
I was hoping you can tell me, but
I was hoping you could tell me, Rudy. So I have no idea what complications mean. So think about that. I mean, if you just put Just Calendar, it'd be easy, even fine. This app tells dates and events, date and event complications all on your watch. Maybe like conflicts, Rudy. Like if we have this meeting and I have a breakfast date with my wife, maybe it'll tell me. That's what I'm guessing with the complication stuff.
It's really long words, so you could have two other words that have better popularity or rankings.
So I'm just looking at your Spanish Mexico trick. So it looks like he knows about the Spanish Mexico. Week plan is what he's going for. A monthly calendar and events. Okay. So it looks like Gary's using that trick and having different keywords on there. Good job. I don't think these are the right keywords you're going after, Gary. So like really focus more on that. A simple calendar watch app. Like maybe you want to go after simple calendar. I don't know how much volume there is, but that it doesn't seem like these are the optimal keywords to go after. Looks like he's getting a lot of good reviews, 4.6, 66. And then Just Calendars, it looks like it's an Apple Watch, helps you solve some simple problems you may have on the Apple Watch. Default.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is strictly for Apple Watch. I was kind of hoping it would also open on iPhone because I like the designs better than the stock calendar. But unfortunately, it does not. So it's strictly for the watch.
Okay. So you're getting a lot of great reviews. So you're doing a good job there, Gary. I think from an ASO standpoint, maybe if it is just for the Apple Watch, like think about like how you can combine calendar and watch somehow and put that into your app title versus having it in the subtitle. If you put in the title, you'll probably get a way better keyword ranking than you would on just having it in the subtitle. So if it's just for the watch, really talk about the watch and just say, look, I think what I would do here is like a better way to see your calendar on your Apple Watch, right? Like just play that up. This app tells dates and events. Well, I hope so. Your calendar app, right? Like you're kind of regurgitating what I obviously think what I'm already expecting from a calendar app. So talk about like what it does better on the Apple Watch, like a cool new way, a brand new view for your watch app, you know, something like that.
Actually, on iPhone there is something you can run, but the functionality is not there. But I love how the premium page looks like. It has those animations there. It's really a living organism.
Let's go to it.
Yeah.
See, complication, again, I have no idea, Gary, I have no idea what complication means. Gary, are you here? Are you?
It's locked, so you don't have to worry about it.
What is complication?
Now if you click on unlock, it will, yeah.
Okay. So I don't like this.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll tell you why, because one of the things is it's confusing. It distracts my eye. Like, where does your eye go to when you're looking at this page? It doesn't go to the purchase now. It goes here. And the fact that you're constantly changing this, it's very distracting. And we've seen it. It's been proved out on the web, right? And I think it would be the same thing here. But on the web, you know how some web pages have these scrolly bars too, sliding. It actually, there's results. It's proven on the web that that's way more distracting than just having one clear message and then having go long. And that's why in my pricing page stuff, I've been talking about longer pricing pages. And we saw that in last week's YouTube live stream. So go check that out. It's converting better. That rather than having something scrolly right here, just have a longer pricing page because people don't mind scrolling up and down. We're used to it. That's what we do on Instagram. That's what we do on all the social media apps. And guess where we spend most of our time? Social media apps. And so if you can mimic what we already do there by scrolling up, we don't mind scrolling up, but we don't like this. You don't see this on social media ads. You don't see this on Instagram. So I actually hate this.
Okay. Yeah. As you said, I didn't watch the last week's episode yet.
Well, I mean, it's more like, I think it's just telling people like, I don't mind this. This is cool. But when you're like constantly moving, my eye is so distracted by this movement that I can't focus on actually buying. And you want me to buy, right? Yep. So it looks like unlock all features below for $199. It looks like a one-time price. That's really cool. I think what I would try to do is a longer pricing page. I think I deleted the app. Let me see. Yeah, I did. But there's a longer pricing page. Just check out last week's. And if you want to see a really cool pricing page, the person was in the audience. And so they told us, we saw it AB live, Rudy. One person was actually, my guess had the actual like B and I had A. And then the person said in the comments that A was converting better. So it seems like your purchase process didn't go through. I love this. So I didn't buy it. He knew that I didn't buy it. And it's asking me why I didn't buy it. So this is a great thing to do. I love this, Josh, that you have this. And now you can kind of think about like why people didn't buy and tell them, you know, like fix it. So I love that. Great. So watch app. It looks like I can scroll and unlock again. Okay. Good. And then this just unlocks.
Awesome. Yeah, as I said, there is not much functionality to the iPhone side of the application. Yeah. It's strictly for the watch.
Okay, well, Patrick is here. I thought it was Josh. Okay, well, the person who filled it out is, actually is Mark. Okay, I'm saying all the wrong names. Sorry, Mark. But Patrick looks like, Patrick says, so Mark, that was it. It's a widget for Apple Watch. Thanks, Mark. It is, okay. So complications are watch faces. Well, look at us, Rudy. I have no idea what it was. So good. This is perfect then.
I have an Android watch, so with Wear OS, so I had no idea.
I have a Fitbit, but you're using the right words. Here, let's go back to this now that I know what that means. And thank you guys for. So Mark here.
We learn something new every day.
Then I would say is like the screenshots, maybe play this up, date and event complications all on watch faces. I think that's the primary benefit to your app. Make this text bigger and then kind of like show off that. Now that I know it's a specific thing to the Apple Watch, I think you're strong here. I would just play that up a little bit more as well. And then complications are icons on the Apple Watch. So they okay, cool. Mark, what did you think about the advice on the pricing page? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And then we're good. You can add more. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Hi, Rudy. If I do app descriptions in multiple language, will it increase my downloads? What do you think, Rudy?
Definitely, but just for that given language. I mean, the App Store has a way how it searches or lets user searches. So they basically use the combination of US English and Spanish Mexico, for instance, or the rest of the Europe. So you can enhance your keywords. If you add German, then your keywords will also rank in the British countries. So I personally try to do at least the 6 or 7 languages that are the most common. Yeah. Obviously, I don't do Chinese because I have no idea what those letters means, so I cannot even control anybody. If I even buy some translation, external translation, I don't have any idea if it doesn't say Kung Pao or whatever instead of what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tintan, I think we've all seen it too. Even on the iOS side, when you do localize, you actually see a more increase in other languages and even the US language. If whatever your primary language that you want to target, we've seen good results. What I always tell people is just be careful, right? Like be careful in terms of how much you invest in it, because sometimes I've had friends who've spent tens of thousands of dollars localizing everything within the app, like the App Store presence, the App Store page, the screenshots, the in-app stuff, everything in the app itself, and he didn't see an ROI improvement. So it's one of those things like App Store videos. This is a question that we get often too is, should I invest in one? It's like, if you can do it cheaply, I would start cheaply, optimize the App Store listing, the keywords, the title and all that stuff. Starting to see results, good. Then move on to the screenshots. Starting to see better results, great. Now move on to the description, great. Then go on to the in-app stuff as well.
Yeah, cool. You could also check the statistics from either Google Play or App Store, and if some countries are already having high number of down, and try to localize for that country.
Yeah, Mark, thanks, Steve. I think I will improve it for sure. Made in A/B testing. Mark, it seems like you're a developer. I think you're onto something here. I think these small little changes, it's a beautifully designed app. These small little changes on the pricing page will make a huge difference for you. I think also give people more options. Maybe what Rudy did too, like maybe throw in some just ads. I know the people don't need to come into the app itself, but people do like options, they like options. So if you're just saying one time, it's a little bit harder. And what we saw with Rudy's too, when you put a little bit of option, it also makes it more clear where the value is. And so that's what you can do when you have multiple options. It's like, oh, this is the better one. I don't want you to tell me. People in the US, they don't even want to wear a freaking mask, right? So you don't want to tell them to do something. People don't, that's what you're doing. Be like, just pay for this one thing. But if you put options, people feel like they're more in control. And then now you have the ability to also show them the option you want them to select. And that's what we did with Rudy's app. And so it's like, oh, I'm deciding, I see where the value is. I'm picking, you're not telling me what to do too.
Yes, for me, it was a huge eye opener. Just doing the premium page differently led to a 17x revenue. So
that's amazing, man. That's amazing. All right. After making keyword optimization, how long does it say? Okay. Amog asks, how are you on time, Rudy? You good?
I'm fine.
We'll do it in like 5 minutes and we'll end there. We're going a little bit long. All right. People are still here. All right. Hi, Amog. After making keyword optimization for iOS, how long does it take to see an impact? Immediately. So really the day one, you can start seeing it. Google sometimes takes a little bit longer and you have to do other things like backlinks, like, running keyword search boost campaigns. You have to do other things. On iOS, you can pretty much see it instantly too. Okay. You want to add anything there?
No. I pretty much stopped the Android optimizations. I've tried everything, but I mean, without some paying marketing on Android, it's really hard to do. At least for me. Maybe I'm just stupid and
No, it's hard, man. I mean, I found the same thing. Pavav says, are there any good games that uses subscription as a way to monetize their game? I don't play too many games, but look at the big ones. I mean, I know Epic is going through some things, but like the Clash of Clans, people are starting to put subscription in there. And so look through those type of stuff. I will find some that are doing a good job with subscription, but you can see some of the bigger players starting to add subscription as part of their plans. So we're going to do a deep dive with Tom from Theorem Reach on clever ways to monetize, and we'll add subscription to that video as well. So great question there, Prabha. All right, Mark says, Steve, I agreed. I'm going to do it right now. The first time you did it for Rudy. LOL. Cool. I don't know what you mean, Mark, but reach out to me. What do you think he means? Steve, I agreed. I'm going to do it right now.
I think he's going to replicate what we did.
Okay.
So it's really a wise choice.
Oh, thanks. All right. So Chintan said, what's the best tools for keyword research? Again, I kind of shared this in the past. I actually love using App Follow. So I'll go in there as well for everybody. No, not everybody watches. So for those who are here live, great. For those who have seen it before, maybe, whoa, they've changed some stuff. But this is the best thing that I like to use when I'm doing keyword research. I generally just go to search ads recommendation on App Follow. And then I put in an app. So let's just use Mark's because he's still here. And I want to play him up. Play up. Listen, what's its app called? Calendar. What's this app called again? Do you remember? Let's see. Just Calendar. Let's see if we can find it. Okay. So let's do Mark's. Just Calendar. Okay, perfect. Great. So here are all the keywords that Apple is recommending that Mark should focus on, right? And this is primarily based off of, with Apple, your metadata, and then also similar types of apps. So just know that. But these are the type of things that you can go after. So like just watch faces might be interesting for you, Mark, right? This is something, as you can see, like people are probably pretty competitive, but this is probably a better keyword that you can start focusing on because your app is just watch for the watch itself. So just watch, it's probably a competitor of yours, I'm going to assume. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I love that app, Just Watch. Okay. It's a movie app. I use it all the time. Didn't even know. But yeah.
Can you watch it on Watch?
So complications. This is why he has it. Rudy, we're dumb. Apple Watch complications. Again, this is probably the keyword that you should go after, Mark. Apple Watch complications, because that is very specific to your user. So even try putting that in your Spanish Mexico subtitle. That's the tip I would give you. If Apple will see it, so be careful. But I try to hide it in that, hoping that Apple doesn't look at the Spanish Mexico. They say, hey, you can't use Apple within your subtitle, then remove it. But watch complications is the big keyword I would be going after. So put that in your Spanish subtitle as well.
Yeah. Google would remove your application straight away and ban your account without saying it politely. You cannot use Apple.
If I'm way more aggressive on Apple and Google, I'm like, maybe not. But here, this is the tool I would use for keyword optimization. So we found some good keywords for Mark that he can start utilizing that he's not currently doing. All right, any questions, guys? Thank you, Steve. I'll definitely check out that video. Cool. Mark, oh yeah, I mean, give more options to the user. Awesome, Mark. Let us know. Maybe we'll do a video with you coming back on. But I like your app. All right. Great info, guys. Thank you so much. Jeremiah, thank you for coming. I appreciate your time and spend your doing with me. Patrick says one of Steve's previous guests said the money is in selling the season passes like Fortnite. Yes, that's true. So season passes, I don't know if they're subscription. That's why I haven't said that. But yes, they're called battle passes too, the battle pass system. But look up Joel from just Joel. Just search for Joel on appmasters.com and you'll find that. And we talk a lot about, we go in depth in some of the game monetization stuff too. All right, cool. All right, great. I think that is it. Rudy, if the audience wants to follow up with you, say thank you for coming on. Now I want to thank you for letting me do this and share all of this with me. Do you want to send them anywhere to your website? I know that your website is linked up into the description below, but do you want to send them anywhere?
I do have all of the information there, like email, or they can even check out my CV if they want to. So I think my website is enough for starters.
Halmi.sk?
Yep. So it's my surname.sk because I'm from Slovakia, so Eastern Europe.
Here it is. Here, let me add this to the stream. I thought I had it up. Go check him out. It is Halmi.sk. So here's where you can learn all about Rudy and what he's got going on. Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it. It is an honor that people show up, even if it's just one. I'm super honored because it is a time commitment. And so I appreciate you guys coming on. If you guys want to get your app audited, go check out appmasters.com/audit. As I've been promoting this, I see more entries. It is a long list, so bear with me. We'll try to get through it. I apologize to the Google Play developer. I'm going to get an Android phone.
Yeah, and I can send you my remarks to that application if you want.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay, so guys, definitely sign up for the audit. It helps me. It will help you. It was great. Thank you, Steve, again.
Thanks, Rudy. Mark, thank you, man. Wait for it. Wait for it, man. All right, Rudy, Titan, thank you. Patrick, thanks, brother. William, thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming. Next week, join there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I try to post the date. I'll try to do a better job of like planning ahead so you guys can plan. But next week, we're going to talk with Martin from Pollen.vc. And if you're thinking about reinvesting, you did all the optimization in terms of what we talked about. You're making more money. And now you want your Apple funds quicker. Well, Martin's going to talk about how to do that and then how to really invest. He's got a financial background. And so if you guys are talking about UA and all this stuff, I'm going to talk a lot about the growth side of things. But now that you're getting growth, how do you accelerate that growth after all these fixes? Like if you're in the spot that Rudy is in on, like, now I just want more downloads because I know I'm going to make more money, right? If you're at that point, that's the interview we're going to be talking about next Friday, same time. Rudy, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. See you guys next week. I will see you. Have a great weekend.